Welcome back, guys. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your support. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. In this video, I am so excited to bring you guys this wonderful, amazing new stitch that I believe I have created. So I've been looking on YouTube to see if there's a stitch that has been created, and I see a stitch that is similar but is not quite the stitch that I have created, and I'm going to present to you guys today the hula hoop stitch. Okay, we are going to be practicing, well, not practicing, I'm going to be showing you guys this new hula hoop stitch, and we are going to be making the wonderful and lovely bikini top that you guys seen in the thumbnail and at the beginning of this video. So I was on YouTube, I seen a stitch that looks similar called the loop stitch, but there's a totally different technique that is used with the loop stitch, and I'm going to show you that now. Here's an example of the loop stitch. Okay, so you guys seen the loop stitch, and this is the hula hoop stitch. And you're going to see just how different this stitch that I have created is from the loop stitch. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to begin by telling you I am using a 4.25, a 4.25. I always like to show you guys that. 4.25 millimeter crochet hook. I am using this anti-peel acrylic yarn that you can get from your local Walmart. It suggests that you use a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook, but for this project I am using my favorite crochet hook, which is my 4.25 millimeter. This is a weight 4 yarn, so you can use cotton, you can use acrylic, you can use a wool blend, whatever you prefer for your bikini top, but this is the yarn that I'm using for this tutorial. So you're going to go ahead and begin by doing a slip knot. We are doing this new stitch, and we're also making a bikini top. So I'm going to give you the instructions for that. For me, I'm going to chain up 13. It's 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have chained up my 13. Now I am going to go into the second stitch from the loop. That second stitch right here. And I'm going to place single crochets all the way back down until you get back to this very first stitch, okay? And I will be back. Okay guys, we are back. I've placed one single crochet into each stitch. Now this very first stitch is going to serve as the top of your bikini cup. So you are going to place 2 more single crochets into that very last stitch, which is going to give you a total of 3 single crochets into that very last stitch. And you should see something like this. Okay, so for some people they prefer to use a stitch marker. So if you'd like, that very top stitch, remember you place 3 into that last stitch. So you have 1, 2, 3. So in that second, which is the topmost stitch, you can place a stitch marker, so you know always where to put your 3 single crochets when we continue working this project. So if you'd like, go ahead and insert a stitch marker or a piece of yarn into that second stitch, the upmost stitch. Now you have a tail here that you are going to be crocheting over. What you're going to be doing next is continuing to put one single crochet into the remaining stitches all the way until you get to this point. Be sure that as you are crocheting into each stitch that you are also pulling this in and crocheting over this tail so that you are able to hide it, okay? Okay, so once you have reached the end, okay, you're going to chain one and you're going to turn your work. Okay, you're going to go into that very first stitch with one single crochet. Okay, you're going to go into the second stitch with one single crochet, and you're going to go into your third stitch with one single crochet. Now we are going to begin the hula hoop stitch. So you are going to chain up a total of 15. Okay? And after you have chained your total of 15, you are going to place your hook through this very front loop. Okay? The front loop here, that front loop, you're going to place your hook through that front loop and into the next stitch. Okay, your next stitch, you're going to go into your next stitch. Now when you go into your next stitch, you are going to take this and just move it a little to the side, okay? You're going to go ahead and go for a single crochet. So you're going to do like a single crochet and you're going to pull through this, which is giving you your single crochet for your row, and then you're going to also pull through this little loop that is left on your hook, which is securing your hula hoop. You're then going to go into your next stitch like normal. We're going to be doing this again. So you're going to count 1 in your next stitch, 2, and 3. Okay? You're going to again chain 15. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay? Like before, you are going to then insert into that front loop here. The front loop only. Going to insert into that front loop. You're going to go right into your next stitch. Then you're going to just move your hula hoop to the right a bit and go into it and put your single crochet. So you've done a single crochet for your row, and then you're going to pull through that little loop that's left on your hook. And you have secured your next hula hoop. You're going to chain 3, not chain 3. You're going to go into your next stitch with 1 single crochet, your next stitch with a single crochet, and then that next stitch with a single crochet, and then you're going to chain up 15 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, perfect. And like before, you are going to go through that very front loop only. Go through that front loop. Then you're going to go into your very next stitch with a single crochet, making sure you move your hula hoop to the right a bit. And you're going to go ahead and make a single crochet to continue your row. And then you're going to pull through your last loop to secure your hula hoop. Now we are at our upmost stitch where you may have a stitch marker in. For me, I'm not putting any stitch marker in there, but we are there, and you are of course in your upmost stitch. Because we are doing a bra cup, you are going to put 3 single crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. So like your other side, you want to make sure where you begin your hula hoop stitch on this side, you also do on the other side. So if you can count down from your upmost stitch, which will be here, okay? So that's 1, and that's when you start. So 1, and you're going to go ahead. So if you can see here, your upmost stitch is here. So on each row, you can place your stitch marker, okay? So this is your third, this is your upmost stitch, and this is your first stitch that went into that space there, okay? So from the centermost stitch, 1, and you start. So from your centermost stitch, it's 1, and you go ahead and start your hula hoop stitch. So you're going to chain 15, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You're going to then go into that very front loop and go into your very next stitch, moving your loop a little to the right, and then you're going to go for a single crochet, and you've done that there, and then you have one little loop left, and you're just going to slip stitch through that. Okay, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and then hula hoop stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay? Then you're going to go that very first front loop like we've been doing and straight into your next stitch, moving your hula hoop over to the right a bit and going for a single crochet, okay, and then slip stitching through that little loop left on your hook. All right, so you're going to continue. It's 1, 2, 3, hula hoop stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Front loop, next stitch, moving your loop over to the right, going for a single crochet, and slip stitching through that remaining loop. Then putting 1 single crochet in the remaining 3 stitches. Now for this row, For the next row, we are going to be alternating this. So we have a hula hoop stitch row, okay? For our next row, of course, you're going to chain one, turn your work. For this row, you are not going to be creating any hula hoops. You are just going to be putting one single crochet into every single stitch. But I'm going to show you a closer look because this part can get a tad bit tricky. So of course, you're going to go ahead and put one single crochet into each of your first 3 stitches. That's pretty easy because there's no hula hoops there. 3. Okay, so there is a stitch that is between, it's always going to be between your hula hoop, okay? So you want to go into that stitch that's right between, okay, you see that? That's right between your hula hoop okay, and single crochet. And then your hula hoop here, it has a hidden stitch. Can you see that stitch there? Let's see if I can point to it using another crochet hook, because this part can get a little tricky. If you don't remember to look under this leg of your hula hoop, you may end up skipping right to this stitch. But there's a hidden stitch that's right under that hula hoop, and it's right there. Okay? Right where I'm pointing at. You're also going to go into that one with a single crochet. And like I said, this round is an all single crochet round. So how you would normally do for a cup, that's what you're going to do for this round. One single crochet into every stitch. Making sure you go into that stitch that's between your hula hoop. And making sure you pull this, the left side of your hula hoop to get that little hidden stitch in there. You don't want to miss it. And you're going to continue placing a single crochet into every single stitch until you work your way up to the top of your cup. Okay? Okay, we have reached the utmost stitch. This is where you should have your stitch marker. So this will be easy for a lot of you guys. And you're going to always place 3 single crochet into your utmost stitch. So that's 1, 2. For this second one, go ahead and place a stitch marker through this second one. And then 3. And the same thing you did for this side, you're going to do for this side. Placing 1 single crochet into every single stitch, making sure you get the stitch that is between your hula hoop, as well as get the stitch that is hiding on your left side of your hula hoop. Okay? Work your way all the way down following those instructions. Okay guys, we are finished with that round. We're just at the end. And I'm just showing you what we're seeing so far. We have these pretty little hula hoops that is on our cup. Perfect, gorgeous, very pretty. Okay, all of your hula hoops should be facing this way, okay? For our next row, it's going to be a hula hoop row. So you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and similarly like our first hula hoop row, you are going to place 1 single crochet into your first 3 stitches. But in that third stitch, you are going to begin your hula hoop. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now you begin a hula hoop. Chaining 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. As we've learned before, you will go right into that front loop only and into your next stitch, making sure you move your loop over to the right a bit and creating that single crochet. And with that remaining little loop on your hook, you're just going to slip stitch through it, going right into your next stitch with single crochet. Every third stitch is going to get a hula hoop. So that's 1, 2, 3. It's time to do a hula hoop. Once you get to your utmost stitch, you are going to place 3 single crochet into it, and then you're going to work your way back down. Every third stitch gets a hula hoop. Okay? The same thing you do on this side is the same thing you do on this side, and I will be back. So I've decided to come back just to make sure we are following and we are tracking. So I've done my last hula hoop. That's 1, 2, 3. You are not going to be placing a hula hoop into your utmost stitch. So this is our utmost stitch, and in that case you will never place a hula hoop in your utmost stitch. So for this row, you're only going to end up with 3 hula hoops. So that's 1, 2, you are in your third stitch where you would usually put a hula hoop, but because that third stitch falls into that middle stitch, our utmost stitch, you are not going to be placing a hula hoop there. You're just going to place your regular 3 single crochet. So there's already 1 in there. You're going to place 2 more. It's 2. So for that second one, go ahead and place your stitch marker. And then 3. Okay? Here's your utmost. 1, 2, 3, 4 is where we started on this side. Let's count again, let's be sure. So your utmost stitch is here. So 1, 2, 3. Okay? So your third stitch, like we've been doing, your third stitch is where you're going to begin your hula hoop. Okay? So again, this is how you would know where to start for your other side. Starting at your most middle stitch, which is here, I'm going to place another hook through here. Okay, I have this blue hook through my utmost middle stitch just to demonstrate to you guys a little bit better. So counting away from your middle stitch, you have 1, 2, 3, and that's where your hula hoop starts on this side. So similarly for this side, starting from your middle stitch, you're going to count down 3. So you've already did 1. Going to go into your next stitch. 2 and 3. And this is where you will begin your hula hooping for this side. And then you will chain 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Going through that front loop only and into your very next stitch. Moving your loop, your hula hoop over to the right a bit. Going in for a single crochet, slip stitching through that remaining loop, Okay. Okay. And going right into your next stitch. Every third stitch is going to get a hula hoop. That's 1, 2, 3. Hula hoop. Continue this all the way down. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, and do a round of no hula hooping at all for your next row, like we learned previously. And then each time you get to your middle stitch, make sure you are adding 3 single crochet into your middle stitch so that your cup can continuously grow. Okay? So make sure you're alternating between hula hoop row, regular row, hula hoop row, regular row. Always adding 3 single crochet into your upmost stitch. You will continue with this until your cup is big enough to cover your breast. For me, I am not really sure of my bra size, honestly, but for me, I continued until I had a total of 19 single crochet rows from my center, 19 single crochet rows, and with these panels you see here, like these panels, I had 9.5 panels on each side of my cup. So you are going to continue working until you are on your last row before your cup is completed, and I'm going to show you how you're going to go by adding your strap, okay? Quickly add, although your third stitch lands on the ending, you do not add a hula hoop, okay? So for that same row, you make sure if you have 3 hoops over here, you have 3 hoops over here. The same thing you do over here is the same thing you always do on the other side. Although this is the third stitch, you do not make a hula hoop again. This is your last hula hoop, okay? Hey guys, welcome back. So I told you that on your last row is when you are going to start making your strap. So I am on my second to last row. Now I'm going to chain and turn my work, and now I am on my last row. So my last row happens to be a regular row in which I will not be doing any hula hoops. So for your last row, whatever that row may be for you, you are going to work up your regular row by putting 1 single crochet as you would usually do. And once you get to your middle stitch at the very top of your cup, I am going to show you what to do next. Okay, you guys, we are back. Here is your middle stitch. Instead of putting 3 single crochet into your middle stitch, you are actually going to put 1 single crochet into your middle stitch. It's 1. And then you are going to create a long chain. This chain will be used to tie up around your neck. For me, I decided to chain a total of 81. So I'm going to do that and come back. Okay, you guys, after you have made your chain, you are going to go into the second stitch away from the hook, and you are going to slip stitch. So the very next stitch here, going to go into that stitch and you're going to slip stitch. So for me, I am going to slip stitch until I am on my 73rd, excuse me, I'm going to be counting downward. So that's 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, so I'm going to continue counting downward. And when I get to my 61st stitch, I'm going to show you a little thing that we are going to do with our strap. Okay guys, I am on my 61st stitch, counting downward. You are then going to chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Similarly, you are going to go through the front loop of this stitch here. Go through that front loop. And you're going to go right into the next space, the next stitch, which is here. And you're going to slip stitch the entire way, okay? So you're going to go through this one. Well, not slip stitch, you're going to pull through all 3. So you pull through that one, and now you're going to pull through this one as well. And after you've done that, you're going to resume into the next stitch, slip stitching down the strap. So I'm going to do 4 total loops. So I'm going to go until my 65th. So every 4 you're going to put a hula hoop. So I'm now on my 62nd, 63rd, 64th, and now I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to go through that front loop there. You may have to wiggle it a bit, but go through that front loop. Okay, like so. Go right into your next stitch. Right into your next stitch. And then you're going to pull through both of those loops. And then continue your slip stitching down. So that was my 65th, I believe. 66 now. 67th. 68th. 69th. So every 4 you're going to go into 69th. You're going to do a total of 4. Okay, we'll be back. Okay guys, so we are back. So for me, I went into my 61st, 65th, 69th, and then 73rd chain, stitch. So this is my last hula hoop. And then you are just going to continue slip stitching your way back down until you get back to your middle stitch down here. Okay? So once you are on your last stitch of your strap, you're going to go right into your center stitch. You've already had 1 single crochet in there. You're just going to put a second single crochet. So single crochet into that middle stitch. So you have a total of 2 now. and that's all you'll be doing. And then, like I said, for me, my last row of my cup happened to be a regular row, so I'm just going to single crochet my way all the way back down, and I will meet you when I'm back down this way. Okay, I've reached the end of my cup. I'm just going to chain 2 very tightly, and then I'm going to pull and go ahead and cut. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and pull through. Now, of course, you will go ahead and make 2. I've already made my other cup off camera, but you can now see your strap. That pretty design is on your strap, and your cup are full of these beautiful hula hoops. It kind of reminds me of like some type of sea barnacle or something. Do you guys see that? Like, wow. Wow, such a pretty stitching, right? Then you have your strap. So you would actually go ahead and make your other one. And we're going to come back and talk about what we're going to do next to go ahead and make our bikini top. Okay. The hula hoop stitch. Make sure you guys be sure to share this with someone who loves new stitches and crochet, that I have come up with this very beautiful, pretty, like some type of sea barnacle hula hoop stitch. That's just so cool. Okay guys, I'll be back. Okay, and we're back, you guys. Would you look at just how cool and pretty this looks? This is the hula hoop stitch, you guys, that I have created. Please be sure to share this video, and it just feels so good. Okay, so now we are just going to be making a chain that we are eventually just going to be, if you lift up your hula hoops a bit, you have these little entryways at the bottom. We are just going to make a chain that's long enough to go around your underbust for your bikini top. For me, I have not decided if I want to make it very long or very short. But for you, just go ahead and measure your underbust and make a chain that's long enough. And then I'm going to come back. For me, I'm just going to make a chain of 250. And I'll be back. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get you guys started on how we're going to bring this together. So if you have a smaller crochet hook, that's perfect, but if you don't, that's totally fine. No need to pause this video. You're going to go through your, see if you guys, do you guys see these little rows here? So we are only going to be going in and out of these rows only. So you're going to go into your first row, okay, in the bottom here, okay. You're going to pull that chain. You may have a little tail here that's in the way. You can go ahead and weave that in just to have it out your way. However, I'm going to kind of work around it. So you're going to pull your chain in, making sure you leave a good amount of your chain hanging. Turn your cup upside down, and you are going to weave your chain in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, only going into the bottom of each of this row, okay? In and out, 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 all the way to the end of your cup. You're going to leave about an inch of space, and then you're going to go into your next cup, the same area, in and out, 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 okay? And that'll complete your cup, that'll complete your bikini top. I'm going to show you how that looks. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I completed that. I've tied it up in the back. Just to show you guys, I left about an inch there between the cups. I have my straps here that are tied. You can see that very pretty design there. That very pretty design on the cups, and you can see this very pretty design here on the cups. So I thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy this fun hula hoop stitch that I've created. And until next time, please subscribe, please give a thumbs up, and please leave a comment down below, and I will catch you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye. I also want to show you guys the back really fast before I completely end the video. Okay, so that's the back of your cup, your bikini top and your cups. Nice, gorgeous. Fold these in. Really nice to play with. Okay, bye you guys.